Finally.
Yeah, finally.
Can you see and hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank,
Thank you so much again. It's so nice to see you again.
thank you so much. You too.
Yeah, and again, when I posted the flyer yesterday, so people were saying that, okay, you're gonna interview her again. I said, yes, it's my honor to interview her again because we have already done that before, and probably we might get a chance to see her, in Kochi.
Yes, yes. So excited with that possibility. Thank you so much for inviting me again.
Yeah, and you're looking gorgeous with your crown and with your, the dress you're putting on.
Thank you so much.
So, okay, so to all the viewers watching this live, so let's give an introduction. So, Miss Asia Global is being held in India this year in Kochi, Kerala, Gokulam Convention Center, and India is hosting Miss Asia Global. And right now, I'm with super amazing, super gorgeous Miss Asia Global Portugal, Vitoria. And would you like to give your introduction to people watching our live? They
Yeah,
already
of
know
course.
you, they already know you, so but just for the formality.
Okay. So hi everyone, I'm Vitoria Silva. I'm Miss Asia Global Portugal 2024. And besides being a multimedia communication design, I also am very passionate about sustainable fashion, climate change, and mental health. I'm 20 years old, and I'm really, really excited for India to be my home for the next week.
Or, or you can say that India is going to be your home, like, even your second home, I would say, after Portugal, even after the pageant.
To be honest, people of India have been like the most amazing people ever. I've been receiving messages and lots of questions and compliments and support, and it just means the world to me.
Exactly. And, we can't wait to welcome you all with lots of love and, of course, to show that what India has to offer to all of you. And, of course, it's about culture, it's about competition. But besides competition, I am sure that you all are gonna, love the food that we have to offer, the sweets that we have to offer, and all the, entertainment stuff that we have to offer to all of you.
Thank you so much. I'm really so excited. A little bit nervous because it's a long flight, but I'm really
Yeah.
excited.
And it has to be, because you are representing your country, and of course, to put in the sash of your country across your chest, and to be called by your country's name internationally, and to represent your country in any competition, be it any national level competition, international level competition, any competition. But it is amazing, and of course, it's a responsibility, and being nervous is, I would say, normal because it's a huge responsibility.
Yes, it is. It is a really huge responsibility. And actually, I'm so ready. I've been like crazy with all the last details of my preparation. I just did a class with Isabella Mani, and I'm just really so excited to be in India.
Amazing. And directly coming to that point, how was the class with her? Like, of course, we all are a fan of hers. She's super amazing. So, how it went, and did she give you some amazing tips for the competition?
So, actually, I met her. I could talk to her when I had the opportunity to visit Queen Academy. So I was responsible for that part because, as I mentioned, I am a designer, and I also worked with editing programs and everything. So I took part of the Queen Academy team, let's say, and I asked her if she could like mentor me, and we did this class, and she's basically going to guide me for my whole journey in Miss Asia Global. So even there in India, um, she's gonna like be there all the time, and if anything I can text her. We are also settling the last details about my looks, about my walk. We did like a simulation of the interview, and she thinks I'm really prepared, so I'm really excited, and she's wonderful. I've been following her since 2021, so to actually be able to work with her and for her to prepare me for Miss Asia Global is just out of this world.
And she's absolutely right that you are super prepared for the competition. Like, I can literally sense that thing from your stories, from your posts, and the kind of content you're posting on your page. So, it shows that you are dedicated and you are super prepared for the competition.
Thank you so much. That actually means a lot.
Yeah, and we are receiving lots of comments for you in for your support, and of course, people are saying that they are proud of you because you are presenting your country, and such a beautiful country it is, and I can't wait to visit it once in my lifetime, maybe in coming future. And yeah, let's hope for the best. But by this time, you are coming to my country, India, and I can't wait, to offer what India has to offer you to all of you.
I'm really excited, and the places we're going to be at are just wonderful. They're just beautiful. Even my father went to search a little bit about Kerala, and we are just so
Yeah.
excited. So my family is too, and I just can't wait to live this experience and this journey. And also thank you so much, guys, for all the comments and all the support. You really mean the world to me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your support and for all this interaction and love. So thank you so much for all your comments. But yeah, I'm just really excited for India. It's one of the places that I actually wanted to visit but never thought it would be actually possible. So I'm actually just so excited to meet everyone, to meet my sister queens. Miss India is just gorgeous. I had the opportunity to talk with her as well, and she's doing just an amazing job. So I'm actually really excited to meet everyone.
And that's amazing. And of course, Kerala is one of the most beautiful places in India. And I was so happy when I got to know that Miss Asia Global is going to be in Kerala. And I was like, oh my goodness, because I have never been to Kerala, to be very honest. I have never been to South India. Being in India, I have never been to Kerala. So I was like super happy that, okay, if I get the chance, so I would be there in Kerala for the very first time. So that's also my first time in Kerala. That's my first time in Kerala.
That's going to be a plus. Like, you're going to visit a new place in your country and you're going to watch a beauty pageant. That's amazing. Also, for the international queen, the reigning Miss Asia Global, she's commenting here, and yes, I'm so excited to meet you. And yes, see you in India. It's just so close. I've been talking to her, and she's the most amazing reigning queen we could ever have.
So true, so true. Because I have watched her journey and she's amazing. And of course, we can't wait to welcome you all in India. So, talking about the competition, like the first question that comes is about preparation because preparations are the most important thing for any competition. So, how's the preparation going about the competitions for different rounds? And, of course, your advocacy, your speaking, and other rounds. How's the preparation going?
So basically, my speaking, as I mentioned before, is a little bit with Isabella Manet, but also, if possible, if the schedules allow it, I'm going to have like the last checkup with Julia Horta, Miss Universe Brazil 2019. She works with communication, and basically, it's my base of communication. I had the opportunity to be part of her second class of her course in 2020. And I also had the opportunity to be one of the students of Katrina Gray with her course in 2022. So actually, I've been investing a lot in this, and I do believe that's just not a preparation for Miss Asia Global specifically, but it's something that I've been preparing for the last 5 years. So it's been like crazy, like literally crazy. It's my first international pageants, but most specifically about Miss Asia Global, I've been like crazy about typical costume because it's almost finishing. I have some designers doing some gowns for me as well, so I've got to take care of that. I also going to take care tomorrow of the souvenirs because I want to bring a gift to all of the organization and all of my sister queens, and I do believe it's like a beautiful gesture. It's a beautiful exchange, and I do want to have that with my sister queens in the organization. And I'm also taking care of my luggage because I'm going more technically, the technical part, I'm going to take care of that today. And my visa is almost done. Supposedly it should have arrived already, but if anything, I'm just going to pop by the embassy of India in Portugal Tuesday, and I'm gonna just get out of there with my visa on hands. So I'm really excited, and I just can't wait. To be honest, I'm kind of freaking out of excitement as I'm counting down the days because it's just 7 days left. Why? So it's amazing, and it's my first international flight, to be honest.
That's amazing. And your first international flight, and that too representing your country, that is like a cherry on the cake.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my goodness, we are having so many beauty queens here. We have Miss World Finland, Adelaide, and Miss Supranational Bolivia as
Oh my
well.
God.
So, yeah.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone watching and for the comments.
And talking about the preparations, as you said that it's super important for all the contestants to have a years long preparation because for a competition like Miss Asia Global, you can't complete your preparations, and I think that's what I believe that you can't complete your preparations for like in the last 2 or 3 months. You need to have that years long preparation if you actually want to win the competition or not win, but at least going far in the competition, right? So it shows in your, I would say, data that you have done so long preparations, of course, with Catriona Gray and Julia Horta, and of course, Isabel. So amazing. That's amazing. I'm super happy for you.
Thank you so much. I do believe this is like a reflection of all the hard work I've done for the last 5 years. And to be honest, it's crazy because I've been in junior competitions, I've been in 10 competitions, and to actually age up to a miss because pandemic took mostly of my teen years away
Yeah.
is just crazy. and but I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited, really grateful for this opportunity. A little bit nervous, as I mentioned before, but I do believe that that fear and that nervousness is also important because you just feel the weight of the responsibility, and that's important to feel
Yeah,
because it's actually a huge duty. And I'm taking all my country with me, and I do hope, fingers crossed, I can take some crown back to Portugal because, as we all know, Portugal is now starting to get seen in the pageantry industry, and I think I
yeah,
mentioned that with you. But it's just so important to actually put a silver lining in the fact that Portugal can also be a powerhouse. Like,
yeah.
yes, we are from Europe, and Europe doesn't have as many resources, but we have such a welcoming people, and we have so many wonders here: culture, food, history, and I do believe that's a great asset. And I do believe it's time to crown our European queen.
It is the time. And again, it's such a good thing that if Portugal wins Miss Asia Global, so that's going to be such an amazing thing. And as you said that, you are a little bit nervous. So that's very common as well, I would say, because representing your country in any competition, it has to bring a lot of responsibility, but again, a lot of criticism as well, expectations as well, that people are expecting from you that, okay, she's representing our country, so she has to win. So I mean, like that's normal because even when I used to present my school or college, so I used to be under so much pressure that people are expecting me that to win the competition. But here you are representing your whole
Yeah.
country people in such a big competition. So responsibility and pressure is normal over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's completely normal. And it's also crazy because sometimes I just look at people around me, and it's crazy that they don't have any idea, or
Yeah,
many of them don't have that I'm going to represent them. And that actually feels even more like important about your duty because it's just so many people that don't know you, but you are actually representing them. So
yeah,
it's just a huge responsibility as well. And I was on my way home on the bus, and I was just looking at the people, and I was like, oh my God, that's like,
yeah,
sometimes you don't have the notion
yeah,
of how many people you're representing, and sometimes when you take a moment to just stop a little bit on time
yeah,
and just look at everything around you, that's also an exercise that I usually do to also practice gratitude. And I do believe that's really important so you can like appreciate the little things in life. And I do believe that every little victory is a victory, is an achievement. So to actually look at people and sometimes just stop there and reflect on my journey is just crazy. So yeah, completely the nervousness is all right, and it's fine because it's a dream come true
yeah.
actually. So yeah.
Exactly. And, for me at least, in case in such certain scenarios, so I work at my level best when I'm under pressure, right?
Yeah.
When I don't have any pressure, so I'm like, okay, I will do this work later on. But when I'm under pressure, so I'm like, okay, I have to do this. I don't have any option. So, and one thing that one of my teachers told me when I was in 12th standard, so it was my board's exam. So he told me a very beautiful thing that whenever you feel like that you are under pressure or you are feeling nervous, just remember one thing that diamonds are built under pressure and they are the most valuable entity in this world, right? Other metals, other things, they are not built under that pressure. So that's why they are not that of high, value. But diamonds are built under the biggest pressure, highest pressure. That's why they are called the diamonds.
Yeah.
So just think your life like that and just go with the flow of life.
Yeah, that's actually beautiful. Thank you so much for telling me that. I didn't know that little thing. So it's just crazy, to be honest. I have my bags majority done, so I have everything settled. I photo shoot my look before because not many queens in Portugal do this. But internationally, they all do, and that's actually a smart move. It's a smart play because in the page, and you sometimes you just don't have time. It's just too
Yeah,
many things, too many activities, and you just don't want to, but you need to be present in that moment.
yeah.
So to actually able to photo shoot my looks was actually, I do believe, modesty apart, was actually a smart move on my part because now I can just be relaxed with majority of the looks and just enjoy the pageants, enjoy this experience, and be present. And for me, that's the most important part. It's to be present in the moment, to actually enjoy their experience, and just be grateful to organization and also my sister queens because without them, this wouldn't
Yeah.
happen.
And that's actually a very smart move, I would say, that you have already done the photo shoots. Because in pageant, I don't think so that you will get the time to actually do shoots and, in certain locations because it's going to be a hectic one. like when I visited, because Miss World was also there in India this year. India hosted Miss World. So when I saw the queens, they were not having time actually to even eat food because it was such a rushy things, you know. Okay, we have to go there, here. So they were not getting time. And most of them actually did the same thing. They actually had all the photo shoots done prior to the competition. So they were, you know, in an easy state that, okay, we can post it later on. So that's a
Yeah,
smart move.
it, it is. But as I was told many times before about this, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a photo shoot with all my looks just to make sure everything's all right and I have the content, I have everything, and I can just
Yeah,
enjoy the pageant.
exactly. And talking about your sister queens, because I also had the opportunity to talk to a few of them, not all. So you like, do you guys already have a WhatsApp group or maybe any group where you all guys are talking, or have you talked to all of them, or do you have any specific besties from the pageant?
So basically, I created a group in the beginning of the year, if I'm not mistaken, with all the queens. Then some
Yeah,
countries just choose different representatives. They had that because the
yeah,
pageant was delayed times, and that's normal.
yeah,
But I still follow each one of the previous queens that were supposed to compete. I talk with them. For example, the Basmita that was supposed to represent India, and Miss Asia Global, and
yeah.
then represent Glam World in June, and under the same organization, and she got a second runner-up, and I'm actually so proud of her. So congratulations to her as well. So I do love her, and I've been talking with all the queens because the Instagram group is just on. And a few weeks before, earlier in this case, the organization created a group on WhatsApp. So we've been like talking about visas and just settling all the last details. But I've been able to talk with Miss Brazil a lot because, yeah, of course, we speak the same language. But I'm just so excited for her. And if I'm going to have like a long flight, she's going to have like a 36-hour flight. That's insane. My flight is
Oh
just
my
13.
gosh.
It's going to be like traveling for 36. So really courage to her, and good vibes and good energy, because I know she can do it, but just cheering for her. So, and basically Miss Brazil, also Miss India, she's amazing. I had a live with her,
Yeah,
especially with her in Brazil, was the only two that I could have like a live conversation. I tried to schedule with Philippines, but the time zone is just too different, and
it's
I'm
too
also at
opposite.
work, so
Yeah,
hazardous life, so sometimes it's just really impossible. But she's also so sweet. Miss Czech Republic, I've been talking to her sometimes. I'm so excited to meet her, also because she competed in Miss Aura International, so she's a big pageant queen, and to be honest, I'm really excited to meet her as well. Slovakia as well, Indonesia. So I've just been talking to majority of them anytime I can, because I'm just so excited. But if I
yeah.
could name, it's probably Brazil and India, to be honest.
And it feels so good, like for me at least, that okay, India is one of your besties, and you're coming to India.
Yes, no, but she's amazing, and we've been talking a lot, and we comment each other's posts,
Yeah,
and we are just so excited to see each other, to meet each other, and I think that's beautiful. That's also why I wanted to do the lives, to break that little ice, so we could just
yeah,
get to the organization, and no one knows what's happening, because we all are doing like pretty well together, and we are getting
yeah,
along. I do believe that's what creates that sisterhood vibe. And of
yeah.
course, it created along the week, but to actually get there and just have that vibe, that happy vibe, is just so important. And I do believe that's what will set the mood for a great competition.
And that's where you get the lifetime friendship, I would say, and of course the sisterhood lifetime. Because again, you know, I used to participate in the virtual pageants like during the pandemic time, so I got so many amazing online friends from there. Like back then in 2019, and it's 2024, so it's almost more than 5 to 6 years, I would say, that we are still in touch. And we have not met each other as of now. Like we have not even, I think we have never done even a video call. We have never done that, but we are still in contact. We have our group, and we always like on daily basis we talk, so that you know, to take care of themselves, that are you guys doing fine. So I think that's the beauty of pageants, that you get your lifetime friendship from such competitions.
Yeah, that's true, and not also beauty pageants, but that's also one of the good sides of the internet. It's that you can
Yeah,
connect with anyone around the world, and it's just a powerful tool. But of course, it has its downsides and downfalls and bad sides of the internet. But it's just amazing to have these positive sides, and this tools to actually access knowledge throughout the world, to know what's happening, to actually gain more culture, general knowledge. I do
Yeah.
believe that's really important. And to actually have, because you've been talking about online friends because of beauty pageants, and for example, me as a TikToker cosplayer, and it's also amazing to actually have friends all over the globe. Actually,
Yeah.
my friend is from Australia, and we've been calling each other sometimes, but we never seen each other. But he's actually one of my biggest supporters, and I'm also always here for him. So internet is actually has actually one of these best sides when it comes to
Yeah.
connect with people. But yeah, beauty pageants, if it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't be able to talk with Katrina Gray, Isabella Menin, Julia
Yeah.
Wharton, and then personally. So definitely agree with you.
Exactly. And talking about internet and beauty pageants, so because of this page, Glamour of Pageants, that I just randomly started, and you won't believe that I never had a plan of running a beauty pageant page. One day in the afternoon, I just woke up and I just opened the page. That's it. And from that thing, when I remember, when I go back to the journey, even if I wouldn't have woken up that day, I wouldn't have opened this page. And because of this page, because of this internet thing, because of pageants, I got the chance to meet Julia Morley, the CEO of
Oh
Miss World,
yeah,
in February of this year. So, that is the beauty of pageants, and that's the beauty of internet, that, you get from your random plans to that thing, meeting Julia
yeah,
Morley. That was my story of pageants and, internet. So that's amazing to even hear about it.
yeah. It's crazy how internet can get you so far if you use it correctly. It's
Yeah.
just amazing. And congratulations for you and for all the success of your page and for everything you've been achieving, because actually meeting people like Julia Morley
Yeah.
is just crazy.
I still get goosebumps, remembering that and watching that video and the photos. I still get goosebumps. It's almost, I think, 10 months to that thing, but
Yeah.
hopefully, again in future.
Yeah, of course, fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So, talking about Miss Asia Global, of course, we received so many questions for the pageant, and it's very important, for the contestants to be answerable to all the questions, because we never know that what questions you might get on the
Yeah,
stage for the competition. So, I think the most important, what I do feel the beauty pageant question is about social media trolling, because we are talking about this right now.
yeah.
As a beauty queen, you are getting the love because you're representing your country. You're getting love from pageant pages, from all the queens, previous queens. But at the same time, it comes with lots of criticism as well, lots of, bashing as well, lots of online trolling as well. So, as a beauty queen, how do you handle that part?
So I do believe, and to be honest, I have been very lucky with my support network through social media, because I have been getting that hate, that bashing on social media, and that's because I do believe I created a safe space for people
Yeah,
to just be themselves. And I do believe that as a beauty queen, and not only as a beauty queen, but above all as a human being, for me it's important to, whatever I am sharing, whatever I'm creating as a content creator here on Instagram and on social media in general, it's important for me to always emphasize the fact that we are here just showing the best part of our lives, the things that we want to share with people, and that above all, we need to create that safe space. And I mentioned that a lot of times on my Instagram page specifically, because that's what I most share about my beauty pageant journey. And I do believe that's why I haven't been getting hate or bashing and anything, because I created a safe space. And for me, that's the most important thing. And as I'm competing for Miss Asia Global, I do believe that's also important, and that also
yeah,
reflects the amazing people that I have behind me supporting me, and also Portugal, the strength of Portugal. I really feel so hugged and just supported by my amazing people of Portugal, and that's specifically because I created the safe space, and I've been creating this legacy of, I believe, love, peace, harmony, and comprehension, empathy. That's so important nowadays. And I do
yeah,
believe that when you put that into social media, you are just actually reflecting what you are. So I do believe that the worst part of internet comes from the people who don't share these same values.
yeah.
So basically, internet, a tool that basically reflects the users that are consuming the platforms. So for me, I've been really lucky, and I do believe that comes from who I am, to not have been getting that hate and bashing and everything. And I do believe that everyone can agree with me, my followers and stuff, that they can feel safe in my profiles and my social media. And that's what I'm going to take also for Miss Asia Global, because my social media is just like a fragment of who I am. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I just want to show myself to the organization, to Miss Asia Global, to my sister queens, and just show that reflection. And it's just so important to me because, as you mentioned, for me as a beauty queen, it's important and it's essential to actually show that social media can be a better place if you reflect who you are. And that's specifically when you start empowering yourself and loving yourself, so you can create not only a safe place for others but
Yeah.
also for yourself, because you reflect what you give, you win. This, in this case, you get what you give. So
Yeah.
that's like most that's my advice, and that's what I'm trying to get to Miss Asia Global about social media.
Amazing answer. And if this would have been the final Q&A, you would have won the crown. That's an amazing answer. And you said it very correctly that, it's very important for all of us to create that space for others, right? Because even through my page as well, I have already always tried to, create that space that, okay, even if someone is not agreeing with my opinion, so it's not like that I have to bash that person because that person is not, saying yes on my opinion. It's just that we have to start accepting people the way they are, and of course, the kind of opinions that they have about certain things. And of course, just to respect the opinions, because if there is a situation A, so there can be an array of opinions on that situation A.
Yeah.
I might have left opinion, other might have right opinion. So we have to just accept the opinions so that we are creating that space for everyone out there, all over the world. So that's an amazing answer.
Yes, thank you so much. Actually, we live in this world that is promoting so much liberty and speeches and opinions, but when we get different opinions from ours, we get this
Yeah,
thing like not being approved or being rejected or being judged by our opinions when we promote such like a healthy society. And to me, and I've seen that a lot with beauty pageants. For example, Miss Grand this year, right after the peace speeches, like
yeah,
queens asking and promoting for love, peace, comprehension, empathy, and then you pop on Miss Grand International pages and posts, and there's just like lots of people bashing beauty queens just because, or bashing each other just because. And to me, that's just not only controversial, but a little bit hypocrite is exactly hypocrite.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for me, it's just really important to settle that safe space, and if I can bring it with me whenever, whatever I am, is just the most important part.
Exactly. That is, what we speak, we should also apply that to in our real life. And that's where you actually are growing in your life if you say the same and do the same thing, right?
Yes, yes, I do believe that's like,
Exactly.
there's this really great movie that I love that is like Favors in Chain. I do believe that's the name. And one person starts by doing a good favor to another person, and that one person has to do one good favor to three others, and then the three
Yeah.
others do like each other do a good favor to three other people, and it's just a chain. And that movie inspired me a lot. My mom showed it to me, and it's just a thing that it's been guiding me since always, because if I can better someone's day, someone's
Yeah.
life, if I can influence in the positive side, and with that unconsciously inspire other people to do the same with people around them, and especially themselves, because sometimes the only thing that you need to actually better someone's day is to actually just be good with yourself. It's just to be kind with
Yeah.
yourself. If you do that work, you are going to start unconsciously being a better person for others. So if I can do that, it's what I'm going to do.
And that's where that's what makes you a queen, and that's what makes all of us a human. Because if I talk about my life, so I always follow a 3/4 week a rule. So what does it mean? I created it myself, after the COVID thing, because during COVID we most of us lost someone whom we loved because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
at that time, me being a mental health coach, because I also run a page, the mental health space, so I'm very, very, very particular about mental health. So what I do, I always follow 3/4 week routine. So I like those people who are close to me, I always message them 4 days a week that are you guys doing well? Even if you're not talking on weekly basis, are you guys doing well? Do you need any help? If you are not doing well, I'm there for you. I'm there. You can just call me.
yeah,
I can meet you.
yeah,
Messages like that, so that even if they are going through something very wrong, they can actually talk to me, they can actually call me, and I'm there for themselves, you know. So even if not on daily basis, but at least 4 days a week, I always message them early in the morning at 8 a.m. so that, you know, I can just know about their status, what's going on in their life. So I always do that on weekly basis.
That's so sweet actually, and if everyone did the same, we would all would be in a better place, to be honest, in the world. That's what lacks in this world, I guess. It's compassion and empathy. I do believe that we have this urge, this like huge urge of being listened to be
Yeah,
comprehended, to actually people be present for you, that we forget that sometimes we do need to be present for other people, that we do need to
yeah,
listen to it. It's about not being selfish, but actually empathetic, being altruistic. And
yeah,
that's just values that have been with me and always with me. Sometimes it's a burden, it
yeah,
is, but I promise myself that I would never let the world break me, because there's people that need people like me, modesty apart, but kindness is needed. And
yeah.
if I can be that for the world, then I'm going to be a light in the darkness. And that's what matters for me.
Amazing, amazing choice of words. And I can actually, you know, sense that I would say kept you on a great effect in your speaking because I have been watching pageants since 2015, 2016, and when Catriona Gray participated in 2018 and she won Miss Universe. So people who like that she is iconic and the way she speaks, I can also see that resemblance in your speaking as well. So kudos to you for that. Kudos to you.
So much. Yeah, but it just comes from the heart.
Yeah,
Honestly, I've known so many pageant girls, and sometimes I see them like presenting themselves on live, and they are just reading, and
yeah,
people just ask sometimes to introduce themselves. And when you are in a beauty pageant and you don't know who you are enough to present yourself, that's
yeah,
something like touches my heart in an emotional way, because then it just means you are not trying to be the best version of yourself. You don't know who you are, so you cannot accept yourself and you cannot love yourself.
yeah,
So for me, it's really important to talk from the heart, and especially when I try to help other beauty queens on their beauty pageant journeys and everything, I always try to say, please do not memorize stuff. Please
yeah,
do not write. Talk
exactly.
from your heart. That's when you talk with
Yeah,
honesty, because you are going to be under a lot of pressure, a lot of nervousness. So if you are going to just memorize the whole thing, if you block on stage, it's just gonna be terrible. So just talk from your heart, just speak your truth, because if people really, really, really love beauty pageants and they really accept and respect and understand the concept of the beauty pageant industry, the sisterhood that actually should be behind it, then you are all good when it's just speaking your truth and be who you are, because that's actually what we promote here. So please, what I ask for all the beauty queens, for everyone who watches this after, do not memorize what you have to say.
yeah,
You are capable, you are enough, you know things. I know you do, because if you are in the beauty pageant industry, I do believe that you have like emotional intelligence, and that's the most powerful tool that you can have. So please just speak from your heart, because with that you can touch other people's hearts, and that's what matters. It's that you connect with people. So yeah.
yeah. That's very important. You said it so rightly and correctly that, what I feel also that it's very important when you are participating in a pageant or not just in a pageant, in any competition, when you have to address a larger audience. In case if you win the competition, so you are going to be the face of the organization for a whole 1 year,
Yeah.
during your tenure. So during that reign as well, you are going to deal with so many people across the world. And in case if you're not getting connected to people, so your reign is going to get wasted. So it's
Yeah.
very important that when you speak, whenever you share something from your mouth, it should have a connection to people of any age group, younger, elder, or the adult one as well. So yeah, you said it very correctly that you have to have that connection in your speaking while you are speaking.
it's it's how they say, your eyes are just the windows for your soul. For me, the mouth is just like the microphone of what you are. It's just like the tool and what you have to actually share with the world by words, what you are and what
Yeah,
you defend and believe in. So yeah, and actually to receive that compliment from you about my speaking skills, it's actually crazy, because I don't know if you remember, I couldn't speak before beauty pageants in a class or anything, because there it is. It's just like the lack of self-love, self-esteem, self-confidence that just blocks you. When
yeah,
you have that thing out, you just can't conquer the whole world. It's just like fake it until you make it, and you create your reality by manifesting it. So that's actually what I live by, and what I always try to teach anyone that I can help. Is it whether it's walk, whether it's talk, whether any part of the competition that I can
Yeah.
help with, just be yourself and love who you are. Just embrace the fact that you're not going to be able to walk like a certain queen that you love. You can get inspiration
Yeah.
from, but you're not going to be like her. And please, I advise you not to, because there's something unique about you. There's something unique about all of us. So if you can bring that
Yeah.
to the table, that's what's going to make you stand out. So yeah.
So amazing said. And that's why we both connect so much about certain things, because I used to have stammering issues in early stage of my life. So people even told me this thing that, okay, you're not gonna get speak again like fluently in life. I'm not saying that I speak fluently. It's just that some people compliment me for my speaking skills, and that compliment is like the biggest reward
Yeah.
for me, for that younger self of mine, because that same person who was afraid of speaking a whole sentence in one flow is getting compliment for the speaking skills. So it feels amazing. So I can totally understand your emotions right now.
Yes, yes. And I just love, no revenge, but I just love to prove people wrong. I just love when people doubt me and I just can show how wrong they are. That's something like really satisfactory about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, when people compliment us about a thing that was so criticized and doubted by others, and especially by ourselves, because we are our biggest critics.
yeah,
So we can actually get a compliment for something that we actually invested in improving because we want it to be better.
yeah,
It's just amazing. It's like an amazing feeling. And for example, I have these edits of Talita, Miss Grand Brazil, from this year,
yeah,
and I just remember all the hate that she got when she got crowned. Oh, because national director, blah blah blah, and oh, because she blah 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 blah. And I remember actually commenting on a post and asking empathy for people, because yeah, of course, she wasn't my favorite. She wasn't. I'm going to be honest. She
yeah,
wasn't my favorite. The thing is, she's going to represent you. I'm not from Brazil, and I felt represented, because I mean, it's just that it's what beauty pageants is about. It's about women just coming together. And
yeah,
actually, when I saw her and she got like fifth place, I remembered all the comments like saying, she's gonna flop, she's not gonna get top 10. And I was like, yes, please do that. And I have that edit
yeah,
on my, I still get goosebumps, because I love when just queens or human beings prove people right,
yeah,
wrong, but with respect and empathy, without actually having to come to that person and say, you were wrong. No, just show it with like elegancy.
yeah.
And it's just amazing. I love that. And so congratulations for you to actually not ever giving up on yourself and everything you do, because we are here not only to invest in yourselves and love yourselves and congratulate ourselves, but
Yeah.
also to actually prove those people wrong.
Exactly, exactly. And what I feel at least, it feels amazing when you get successful, but it feels amazing when you get success by proving people wrong. That success stays different. I mean, also I saw a post about success, and I think it's long back. So it was a before and after success post. So before success, people used to say to that person, okay, you are doing good and you can't do that and blah blah blah. And how are you in like that? After success, that those same people asked that person, "How are you?" And that person replied, "I'm successful. What about you?"
Yes, yes. And that's actually, that tastes different, as you mentioned. That tastes different. But yeah,
Yeah,
just like you being able to invest in yourself and try to be the best version of yourself, and if in the way you can just prove some people wrong, that's amazing.
amazing again. And it's going to be amazing if you win Miss Asia Global this year. So that's going to be cherry on the cake, And of course, Portugal winning the crown, and
Would
you're
be,
going to get this crown replaced with that Miss Asia Global crown. So that's going to be amazing. And after that, we might have our third live as well. You
yeah.
being Miss Asia
So
Global.
I love speaking with you. You're always so welcome and so funny and so interactive. It's amazing to talk with you. But yeah, it's just crazy. If I was to win Miss Asia Global, it would be like a history breaker. It would be like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just crazy, because Portugal actually won a few beauty queen crowns. For example, Miss Latin America in 2021 with Maria Lopes. Also, Andrea Correia, that's actually our Miss Universe Portugal. She won Miss Our International 2020. And I'm sure I've been missing some. For example, Fernanda, Miss International 1998, if I'm not
in the 90s.
mistaken.
Yeah,
Portugal is so underrated in beauty pageants, and I do believe that's because also Europe doesn't invest that much in beauty pageants anymore.
Yeah.
But I do believe that we can change that. I do believe that we can change that, and if I can change that, I'm happy with the top three, to be honest. But if I can get the
Yeah. That's going to
yes,
be amazing. Like top three is also amazing. Top like for me at least, top three is like exactly the same winner, right? Exactly the winner because being top three in any competition is just like you are actually a winner, right?
yes,
Going that far in the competition. So it's
yes,
amazing, amazing.
yes.
And yeah, I just got one question.
Um,
I forgot to ask this question. So some people were asking me that because I think you shared the same thing in our previous life as well, that you have done some coachings under Miss Grand International 2022 Brazil and Catriona Gray. So they were asking me to ask you this question that do you have any specific name for your ramp walk? Like, for example, Catriona's walk was named as Lava Walk and
yeah.
Slow Mo Turn Walk. And do you have any similar name for your walk, or should I rename that your walk like after this life?
Oh my God, I think we are about to create one in this life. To be honest, that's crazy. I've never thought about it, but that's actually important because it's a trademark.
Yeah, yeah,
Important to have that signature mark. That's what stands out. Oh my God, I haven't thought about it. Oh my God, I love this one. Oh, people have been asking that. That's crazy. I feel the pressure. I actually don't know because I do believe that my walk is like a mixture of like elegance and it's a little bit of grand, to be honest. My mom has always been telling me that, and I wanted to go to Miss Universe, and my mom was like, "No, you are Miss Grand because it just screams Miss. Your walk is dramatic, and you give a show. So it's not Miss Universe. Miss Universe is more like commercial, and you're
yeah.
not commercial. You're just perform, you know. So actually, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to message you after this and like give you a proper name. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, even when that person asked me that question, so I was like, okay, she's from Portugal. So is there anything specific in Portugal, or maybe like because about talking about Catriona, so her gown was like completely red and it was actually resembling lava. So that's why her
Yeah.
walk was named as Lava Walk, right, from her gown. So I was just actually searching about Portugal before our life that okay, she's from Portugal. So is there any specific about Portugal that I can actually add her about her walk? Unfortunately, I did not find anything suitable regarding walk, but maybe after this live we can have a discussion.
Yeah, it's crazy because now that you're talking, that Catriona actually inspired her name of walk on her evening gown. My evening gown is inspired by a movie series that I really love so much. That is the Hunger Games. So it was asked by the organization to have silver evening gowns, and I actually
Okay.
inspired the evening gown dress on the Katniss Everdeen wedding dress. So it has like this literally so beautiful detail on the sleeve. So I actually designed it, and a stylist did it for me. So it would have to be something like that if it's going to be inspired by the evening gown. But to be honest, I have to create something more a temporal that creates a
Yeah.
legacy, that not inspired by the evening gown that I'm wearing to this pageant, because of course it is important and it is the goal. And if I can bring the crown, yes, it's a plus, it's a bonus.
Yeah.
But my journey doesn't end here, of course. I might take a few years back because I've been competing nonstop since 2019, and it's just too much. It's just
Yeah.
too much, and I'm old. I need to focus on my life as well and stabilize myself, because that's the most important thing above all. So yeah, but in 3, 4 years, maybe 5, I might try grants and try to finish on the cherry on the top,
Yeah.
because it's grants, and I've been
Yeah.
so fortunate to have people such as Isabella Menin to help me out. And if my walk is grand, why just not enjoy it and just use it for something? And I do love to give a show. I do
Yeah.
love to give a show. So
And
yeah, but I have
that's what matters the most to give a show, right?
yeah. But yeah, I definitely have to create a name for my walk. That's my homework. That's definitely my homework.
I'm glad, I actually reminded myself to ask that question to you because I forgot, like, I just forgot about it, but I just got that across my mind.
Yeah. It's definitely my homework. I'm sure in like 2, 3 days maximum, I'm just going to drop on your messages and be like, I've got this one.
That's going to be amazing. We have two last questions for you because we won't be taking much time of yours. So the second last question is actually a question that everyone loves to answer, like whom I have interviewed. So, what are you bringing to the table that your country, Portugal, is winning Miss Asia Global this year? What are you bringing to the organization, to the table?
So, as a representative of Portugal and the first ever Miss Asia Global, I do believe that I can show the wonders not only of Portugal to the world, but also to of Europe. Because Europe is just like an underrated continent. Portugal is such an underrated country in the pageantry industry, and we are so much more when we prepare. And that's something special about Portugal. We do always do our things, and we work towards our goals like tigers, and we never give up. Give up. We are hard workers, and that's something that I do want to bring to the table to Miss Asia Global. And I do believe that I'm also like a full package. I do believe that I'm also multifaceted because I'm an artist, I'm a designer, I'm a cosplayer, I work as well. I do love to sew, I do love to sing. So I have all these talents and all these hobbies and all these ways that I can go to that I think they are a great asset and a great aspect to join to the Miss Asia Global organization and to actually, I believe it's a great opportunity to actually extend the organization and maybe just try to gather some more countries from Europe and maybe Latin America as well, just to give that a little spice.
Going to be, if you and as you said that earlier in the life that it's going to be a history breaker for your country and for yourself as well.
Yeah. I'm just excited to live the experience.
And that's amazing. So we have the last for this live, and we have. So what I'm going
I
to do?
stopped I stopped hearing you for a second. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, let me adjust my headphone. I think there's some issue with
Yeah.
it. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay, so we are going to do the last segment of this live before we end this live. So what we're going to do, I think we have already done that, if you remember. So
Yeah.
I'm going to announce that Miss Asia Global is Portugal, and you have to give a winning reaction again before
Yeah.
that reality becomes reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do
So let's do this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Miss Asia Global 2024 is Portugal.
Oh
Woo!
of course I'm going to cry a lot if that happens, but thank you so much.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And if that happens, and if I would be at the venue this year, this time, so I would be cheering with Portugal's flag, that you
Oh,
did that. We rehearsed this and you did
that's
that.
actually so sweet. That's so amazing. Thank you so much for all the support. Really, I feel so welcome in India, and I didn't get there yet. It's just amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And of course, all the best to you for Miss Asia Global. And I'm super excited because India is hosting this year, and I always feel so excited when all the contestants are coming to India for competition. And I feel like, it's my responsibility as well that okay, I have to offer the best to all of you, about India. Not just about the competition because that's the most important thing, but
Yeah.
prior to the competition or even other than besides competition, it's very important that you are experiencing the best time in India because even after the competition, you might come back to India with your family and with your friends, just
Yeah.
as a tourist, not as
Yes.
a contestant. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm just
thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you so much for all the love, for the support, for every time that I tag you on a story and you repost it. You've been tireless, and it's just been amazing to be able to get to know you, to talk to you, and I can wait to see you soon. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed, and I'm super excited. So thank you so much. Of course, we are not going to take much time because it's pageant preparations time for all of you, and like all the best to you for Miss Asia Global, and may Portugal wins the crown.
Thank you so much. Really, I'm gonna do my best, and namaste.
Yeah, namaste. See you soon. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye,
Bye
everyone.
bye.